Good morning and welcome to another episode of Random Friday Musing. So this morning I've been thinking about reactions and how do we know what is truly sort of our feeling, what is our wisdom, and what is simply a reaction to the world around us or to what someone has done. You know, it struck me sort of during the week that I was watching people and so much of what they said or what they did, how they acted, was just a reaction to what someone else had done. Their actions weren't conscious, they weren't deciding in which way to step forward or to move or where to go next. Somebody else would come along and perhaps it would push their button, it would trigger a memory, a pain from the past. And in doing so, I'd watch these people just react instinctively. And then afterwards, you look at them and you think you didn't really want to do that. That wasn't actually in your best interest, the way you reacted to the situation. But we do this so often. It's an old pain, a deep, deep hurt, a memory that arises when we are confronted by a new situation. And rather than taking on that situation exactly as it is and dealing with it as it is, in that moment, we sort of drag up all the rubbish from the past. We drag up all the old pains, all the old rules by which we used to live, whatever it is. And we throw all of that into that moment. And then we come out with this reaction that's probably totally inappropriate to the situation. And then, of course, we walk away and we think, why did I do that? Why did I behave in that way? And then what do we do to ourselves? We pile on the shame, the guilt, the embarrassment about how it is that we've just reacted to that situation, and we blame ourselves. And so that in turn just gets added on. And so if we encounter a similar situation again, there's yet even more negativity and shame and guilt to be brought out. And it made me question how many people in the world, how often and how many situations do we actually act as our heart wants? If we could step back for a moment, take a pause and think, well, I'm not just going to leap in and do as I did as a child or even do as I did last week. I'm actually going to take a pause. I'm going to view this situation with new eyes, with a fresh mind, with a new attitude. I'm going to look at it and then I can have a choice about how I handle any kind of situation. But we're often so quick just to throw ourselves in, to really get involved in someone else's life. And I get it. I'm the same. If I see a situation, I'm like, oh, I could just go piling in there and I could say something or do something. But then I pause for a moment and I realise that me intervening isn't going to help anyone. Yes, if it's, if I can help a life or so, of course I'll go in. But, generally it's our ego that kind of goes, go in there, make a difference, prove yourself the hero. And we don't have to prove ourselves a hero. We don't have to prove ourselves worthy to anybody. We can watch a situation. We can see it unfolding and know that things will work out, that we can let go, that we can just come back and focus on our own needs. Because we all have needs. The biggest need is just to listen to ourselves, to do what our heart tells us, and to build a dream life that we want. This is where our focus should be. But as I say, we love to go out and get involved in all manner of things, and then we watch ourselves react to a situation blindly. And then we wonder why a situation escalates, why we come away in a bad mood, we come away angry. Because we're so keen to get involved in everyone else's life. And we don't have to. People are capable of reaching out for help. They are capable of asking. But if we continue to step in and say, don't worry, I can save you, We never allow that person to stand on their own 2 feet, to stand up and say, I can do this. And it is tempting because we love saving others, we love helping. But that's a very egotistical position. And then if we do step in and we're rejected, what happens? We then have a bad reaction and saying, well, I'm never going to help anybody ever again, that's it. So we swing from one extreme to another, never reaching that wonderful sense of balance that actually is the healthiest place to be. Then we can be free to step in if someone needs our help. But we can also be free to allow them to grow as they need to. So, whilst I'm not saying we need to avoid everybody, I'm saying it is a good thing to take a pause, to see what is best, rather than simply react to a situation and then carry that regret afterwards. Always come back to yourself, centre yourself, ground yourself. And in that pause, in that moment, you will find your wisdom and you will know which way to go. And you won't bring up all the pain and the trauma that you carry, which doesn't help anyone. So that was my thinking for this week. And I hope you'll take that advice and come back into yourself. Centre in yourself. And when you are at peace, you will reach out to others in a state of peace. Have a wonderful weekend. Light blessings. Bye-bye.